Y'all already know what time it is. That's right, you got your boy Manute in the building and my co-host
Adela
in the building, you know what I mean? And we just want to bring y'all some hot content, man. We just want to bring y'all some good content, man, you know what I mean? And right now, I'm about building relationships, you know what I'm saying, and moving the culture forward. So, you know, I'm going to address the elephant in the room, man. Just let me know what you think the disconnection is between men and women.
Communication.
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 Like what type of communication? Like
just being able to communicate first. Like it's
break that down to me.
communication. All right, that's your way of expressing yourself, right?
Okay.
We're not talking about small talk, which everybody say they hate. We talking about deep stuff, how you feeling, what your issues is, what you do and don't like about a person. We don't know how to communicate.
Right. So are we going back to the old traditional way of courting and being in a relationship and, you know, being, I guess, romantic and being a gentleman? Are we going back there, or are we just being free to be able to do what we want and take whatever approach that we want to take to get our outcomes?
I mean,
when you say communicating, because I'm thinking that when you say communicate, it's like going back to the drawing board, to the traditional way it used to be.
No, when I mean communicating, I'm really just talking about on a micro scale, not on a large, general scale, but just man and woman being able to talk, being able to express themselves respectfully, honestly, you know what I'm saying? Because if you can communicate with somebody and y'all can actually work y'all issues and y'all disagreements out respectfully, you know what I'm saying? Without all the yelling and the screaming and all that other stuff, what can't you accomplish?
But how do you get to that point where I can agree with my guy on a level that gets him to understand? How do you do that? Is it a certain way you do that?
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying?
You got what's the means? How do you go about it, right?
Right.
So yeah, you do. You listening for one. Listen to understand. You know how
you heard that, y'all. Listening. Write that down.
Listen to understand and not to respond.
Okay.
And which means not listening with your emotions.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because somebody can say something and then they'll respond to you in a way that lets you know that they completely misunderstood everything that you said, right?
Okay.
But then
that's true.
Another thing we got to realize is I can be speaking to you, and I know what I'm talking about in my mind. You know what I'm saying?
But I don't know what you're talking about with your mind.
So if I'm like how we got like ebonics, and you know what I'm saying, one word can mean a million different things and stuff like that. And we got slang, we got all these other ways of speaking. Okay. So when we speak and say things in ways, we need to make sure the other person actually grasp what it is that we mean. Okay. Because there's a miscommunication, and that's what leads to disconnect.
I respect that. I'm just more of a traditional man, and when it comes down to relationship base, I'm really the type of man that feel like order is very essential in a relationship to get the outcomes you want, to go where you're trying to go. You know, as an individual man in a relationship, as a man who's responsible for his family home setting, I believe in order. And there's a lot of people that don't believe in order. So when you say communicating, if you don't understand that, how can you communicate? How can you communicate with your partner if you don't see him as head? If you coming in with your emotions and you saying, well, I feel like, he's not going to be able to relate to that because he's the head. Right. He got to direct. He can't go off what he feel. Everything he's saying has to be solid. You know what I'm saying? And it has to be a successful outcome. So with me, when you look at a man, the man has to go in divine order. First, you gotta depend on God's way, right? Because most women don't want a man that's not God-fearing or, believe in God, right?
For sure.
So once you get a man to do that, he understands what his assignment is. To be able to communicate from a woman perspective, if you ask me, is to understand that first.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Does that make sense?
I get what you're saying, and it does make sense. The order is definitely important, but let's deal with that.
Yeah.
Let's deal with leadership.
Let's talk about that.
Let's deal with leadership.
Let's talk about it.
Let's deal with a leader. Let's take it out of a relationship context and let's move it to business.
Okay.
If you're leading a company, right?
Yeah.
Don't you have company meetings?
You do.
Where other people give their opinions and their feedback, and then the leader makes a decision based on the concerns of those that he is leading.
I agree.
So a leader is really a servant to the people. A king serves his kingdom. So if I'm not going to listen to the feelings of how my people feel, how do I even know how to lead in a way that's going to make sure that everybody is happy? And that's what it is. It's not that women be pushing back. It's like, okay, make your decision at the end of the day.
Are they pushing back?
Of course there's pushback. It's always going to be pushback when somebody is not happy.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like the man taking the time to listen to the woman's concerns. It's like, okay, I know how to lead us now in a way that's going to get us where we going and make sure that everybody else is, you know what I'm saying?
I hear where you're coming from, but is that true leading? That's actually, to me, no shade to the women. That's a little manipulation, because leading is trust. You have to trust the process, and whatever you deem worthy as the process, then my woman has to trust that, because I'm not a servant. I'm a leader. I'm a host. I'm hosting this situation. I'm creating a hospitality and environment for you. And that's what makes you comfortable. That's what makes you want to follow me. Because if you tend to decide to feel like we're having a meeting but not play your position, then how can we get the actual meeting adjourned? How can we go in the direction that we need all of us collectively to go in, right? So what I've learned in relationships, because I'm about relationship building, is the manipulation is at an all-time high. It's at an all-time high, man. And what men know, because we love our women and our queens so dearly, we will accept as much as we can until we got to put our foot down, right? It's almost like, not saying a woman is a child, but when we see a child doing too much, we got to step in as a parent. When we see our woman having too many feelings, feeling like this, feeling like that, as a leader, we got to step in. And when we step in, it should make you feel good. It should make you feel like, I was waiting on you to step up and say something. I was wondering how far you was going to let me go.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that's, to me, what true communication is. It's truly about order. And I believe in divine order. God, man, woman, child. Not God, man. God, woman. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So when you go into a relationship with your partner or your life partner and you understand that, I'm guarantee you, if you respect the order, you're going to get the outcomes you want. Because the things that I do supposed to please you.
Okay. And I feel like the disconnect here is you're calling it manipulation for
a little manipulative.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like, okay, there is order, and God made woman to be the helpmate, right?
That's true.
So if you're not seeing everything and she's seeing something that you're not, if she can't bring that to you because, you know what I'm saying, oh, that's manipulation, you're working on your feelings. Or how about this? Imagine you in a car, right?
Okay.
And you're driving, you see the road, you see where you're going. Clear as day, right? Yeah. Now imagine if that woman's eyes, she's looking at the rearview mirror. So if you driving down the street peacefully, right, there's nothing going on. But let's say you,
okay,
you're not gonna see what's in your
rearview mirror.
You're not gonna see the old lady you almost hit, the garbage can you just knocked down. You're not really feeling the ramifications of your actions if you're not looking and doing that reflecting.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So, and if a woman see an area because she is looking at you, but you so focused on the vision, but if she sees something that you could be, that she could help assist you in, you know what I'm saying, and rectifying. Ain't that her
situation.
Purpose? Ain't that her purpose? And what I feel like you taking what I'm saying to mean, oh, you have to go with that woman's, whatever her feelings, as the final decision. No, I'm just saying that a conversation should be had.
But isn't that what it is? Is it not the final decision?
No, the man makes the final decision.
Okay.
The man makes the final decision.
Okay.
But he takes counsel with his family.
Okay, that's
true.
true.
You get what I'm saying?
He does. He does.
And that's what it's all about. Hearing your woman out emotionally.
Okay.
And then you logically taking everything into consideration and then moving forward.
But do you know a man is not emotional, right? We have emotional intelligence, but we're not emotional. We are logic and we're principle based, and we have to have outcomes. When we go back to the drawing board and we spoke about a boss having a meeting, we already know each employee we hired in that staff or in that meeting, right?
Yeah.
So
and you hired them for a reason.
Exactly.
Because they was good at their job.
Exactly. So when you do that, we already know what you're capable of. We chose you. Just like I chose my wife, just like I chose my queen. We chose you, right? So if we chose you, then we know that even you should know the position you play. Even you should know. You see what I'm saying? And when you don't, we can clearly see that you're not playing that position. And it may seem like control, but what men do is provide and protect. That's what we do. And men don't just protect physically, we protect the perimeters. We protect you sometimes from yourself. And when we provide, not only provide financially, we provide with the plan. And the plan is the vision. The vision is for the future. So y'all take notes on that. The vision is for the future, Queen. And once you understand that going in, because see, even when I propose to you, I'm assuming you know what you're signing up for, right? You know, a lot of times women be like, I ain't signed up for this. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You signed up for this, and you know where this take us if you play your part.
Okay.
If you play your part. If. Only if.
Play your part, right? Play your part.
Yeah.
And you said something. You said men are not emotional. They are logical.
Right.
So maybe the woman can give you, if you are willing to listen, the emotional realm. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
She can give you that emotional if you trust her enough. You hired her for that position,
Tell
right?
me why I should receive emotions over logic.
Because emotion is
let's talk about that. Let's talk
emotion,
about emotions and logic, because
emotion
this is the conversation, not to cut you off.
I know. But emotion, it's important because at the end of the day, if we are feeling people. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And if you are not happy, you're feeling some type of way. And your quality of life, everybody, a man's
but point it in the direction of me, because it's one thing you got to do when you're dealing with emotions. If it's about you, just say that.
I'm just speaking in general.
Okay.
I'm just speaking in general.
Okay.
Like everybody has emotions, men and women.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
a man, as you make the decisions for your family, whatever decision you make is going to affect the emotions of your family as well. And if you're not taking that into consideration, if you just turning a deaf ear to it, they could be suffering.
Are they really suffering, or are they ignoring wisdom? Are they ignoring the leadership intellect? Are they saying, I really prefer to do it my way? Are they saying, I really don't trust you like I came in trusting you because I see it differently? And this is where the manipulation plays a big part in it, right? When you looking at leadership, you have the leader first. The leader leads, and he leads by example. You do what? Follow the example, right? So if I'm leading and you following the example, mission accomplished. If you telling me that, man, I need you to feel my emotions, right now, even with my podcast, nobody listens podcast 2.0. There's nobody's listening.
Ain't nobody listening.
We will have to literally pause the whole show, which is interaction and it's interruption. So that's what you need to understand as a woman and as a queen in society. It's your job to create the example, because one, you are the teacher. You're the teacher to the young women and the young men. They need to know that you know what you're doing. But if everything you doing is a feeling, or I feel like, or it's an emotion, guess what they doing? They feeling like too. It's an emotion for them too. So now they don't know how to handle their politics with proper etiquette. I'm gonna just put it that way.
Okay. So all right, but women are emotional, right? And men are logical.
Okay,
right?
give me an example how emotion can push a logic, or give me an example how an emotion can push a principle. Because to me, a logic is what it is, and a principle
I don't really
is what it
your
is.
question.
I really want you to follow what you're saying in some scenario.
All I'm saying is, women bring emotion, men bring logic.
Okay.
And if they come together,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Then there's peace and harmony if they come together. But if she canceling out his logic for her feelings and he canceling out her feelings for her logic, there's no harmony. Nobody's being heard. And it could be a lack of respect. It could be a lack of trust. It could be all of these things. But at the end of the day, it could all be worked out with conversation. And you know what I'm saying?
How do you conversate?
She gonna bring you how do I conversate?
Yeah, how you
the
conversate?
way I'm conversating now.
Right.
So look though.
Okay.
But she gonna bring you her emotions. emotions, y'all gonna talk about it just like the man, the CEO talking to the CFO, the whoever else, you feel me, who's giving him information from their departments that they specialize in. Women specialize in emotions. Let's just say that. So she's bringing you information from her department about how she's feeling as you say, she's the teacher. So if she's feeling some type of way, the kids gonna be feeling some type of way, right? Right, exactly. And if you ain't got peace in your household, then you feeling some type of way.
Now where the peace come from? Definitely don't come from the man. It definitely don't come from me. You know why? Because I got shit to do. I got people to see, places to go. I have to make sure that when I come back, you're happy. So if I'm dealing with your, inventory of emotions and you need me to stop for a second and listen, I need you to understand that I can't stop. I don't have time to stop. So my time is when I complete my mission. And our mission is actually together. If you trust me and I'm leading you and you're standing beside me, because I'm not going to say you following me. I respect my queen, my better half. But I need you to, in the fabric of who you are as a woman, understand that this is how, to me, the women that I come up with would think. They would say, get out that basement because John is in the basement and he's working on that engine down there. If y'all knock something down, he's not going to be able to complete working on that engine. Mm-hmm. This is how she used her emotions. Her emotions are directed in teaching, not distracting. So if I say, hey, y'all come up out that basement, you actually doing what I need you to do without stopping me from doing what I need to do. Mm-hmm. But if you said, I need you to come up here and talk to me, John. For real, you've been in that basement too long. You've been working on that engine too long. I need you to come talk to me. Now I got to stop working on the engine. And logically, a man knows if I got to get that engine done in a certain amount of time because I got a client that's coming to get this car, then the job has failed. Okay. I can't fail my client and I can't fail you. Okay. Does that make sense?
That makes sense. But okay, so you saying you can't stop what you're doing because you ain't got time until the mission's complete.
Well, you should feel that, right?
Okay, so my thing is it a daily mission? Like, okay, I'm at work right now, or is it the ultimate mission that could take years? How long is she supposed to wait to express what she's feeling if she's not happy because you're so busy? How long is she supposed to wait?
I'm going to say this, and we're going to wrap it up on that note with Nobody Listens Podcast 2.0, where we cover a range of topics plus relationship building, but most and foremost, moving the culture forward. She's supposed to wait on me. That's it. She's supposed to wait on me. But our next topic coming up with Nobody Listens Podcast 2.0 is, should a man go 50-50 with a woman? Stay tuned for the next segment of Nobody Listens Podcast 2.0 and the Let's Talk and Sip conversation coming soon. You rock with the number one barber in the Midwest, number one podcast with the infamous Manute. Nobody Listens Podcast 2.0, where we cover a range of topics plus relationship building, but most and foremost, moving the culture forward. And I just want to give a shout out to my co-host. She can introduce herself to you.
Adilla, and what I want y'all to do is make sure
y'all
in them comments.
Talk to him.
Let him know y'all listening.
Yeah,
who y'all agreeing with?
Who y'all agreeing with?
Who's making sense?
You agreeing with Manute?
Let
us know.
Let us know, because it just can't be us two talking.
Yeah, we need feedback.
We definitely need some
feedback. So we'll see y'all soon, man.
Please
stay
tuned.
Out with that. Yeah. View the content on Nobody Listens Podcast, TikTok, Nobody Listens Podcast 2.0 TikTok or Instagram, and go to Manute the Celebrity Barber to view content. Tune in, see y'all later. And we out. Shout out to my cameraman, Real behind the cameras.